Go.
Hey everyone, this is Kitchen Table Rants, and we are here to review season 6, episode 2 of The Walking Dead.
And episode 1 too.
Yeah, just very briefly, I actually wasn't the biggest fan of the first episode. It was all set up. There were a lot of interesting visuals. For example, just seeing the army of walkers that were sort of trapped and about to escape and terrorize the group. That aside, not much happening here.
I thought it was fine. I mean, basically it leaves off from the end of season 5. You see, what's his face? Pete getting killed. Was his name Pete?
The husband?
The husband. I don't remember his name.
We'll go with Pete.
Whatever his name was, him getting killed, and then, kind of the aftermath in the little town from that, and then it goes into the storyline about the group finding this quarry full of thousands of walkers, and they had been falling in there because the quarry people had blocked it off, and the sound was attracting all the walkers in the area, which kept all the actual town safe because they were falling in there. But they also realized that the trucks that were parked in front of the entrances to trap them in there were about to cave in, so they had a whole plan devised to get all the walkers out, lead them away from the town into wherever the whole army would go. So Rick had devised a whole plan.
Being the mad genius that he is.
He's always a genius. They were trying to do a dry run. Hell breaks loose. They have to do it live.
And at the same time this is going on, you had Glenn lead a small group just to kind of destroy some walkers inside of a store, just to keep the noise down so it won't be a distraction. And in this interaction, we discovered that Dr. Dre from Straight Outta Compton is officially in this series.
Yep.
With dreads.
Dr. Dre survives the zombie apocalypse.
Yes. Turns out that just because you make beats doesn't mean that you will be killed in the zombie apocalypse.
The apocalypse needs some beats.
They do. I would imagine it's hard to find a studio after the zombie apocalypse has broken out.
Just gotta make them pots and pans.
What I'm guessing is he just grew his hair out as soon as the zombie apocalypse started.
So no one would notice him?
So no one noticed that it was Dr. Dre.
Hey, his newest Compton album, there were some great beats.
I think there were some references to zombie apocalypses in the songs.
I think the entirety of Compton was a allegory.
Yes.
For zombie. Anyways.
And by Compton, what he really meant was post-apocalyptic Atlanta.
Yes.
The whole time.
The whole thing. Oh!
We broke the code. We know.
It's deep. Anyways, so basically they get the plan's fairly successful. There's flashbacks to kind of the immediate aftermath after that whole council meeting and the dude's death, and Diana kind of losing it when her husband dies.
Carter. He's gone.
There was a little subplot where there was a group who was kind of trying to.
Oh wait, that's not Diana's.
No,
husband.
It wasn't Diana's husband. Carter was the guy who tried to turn on Rick.
Right.
They're trying to lead a rebellion against Rick, and that stuff kind of happens. It just fizzles out. But right when you think things are about to go great, the whole army of walkers is leaving as planned. You hear this loud
giant horn
coming back from home, basically.
From Alexandria. And thankfully we find out the reason or the cause of this horn in the second episode
2.
And we learned that Rick's plan pretty damn good. The horn was not something that was his fault. It was just something that occurred during a sort of a battle back in Alexandria. So it had nothing to do with his plan going wrong or anything.
Yep.
He's still the mad genius we know today.
We find out that the wolves, the great wolves.
Yeah, the
mysterious wolves.
Mysterious, barbaric, savage. Some of their stuff didn't make sense. When they were killing people, they just kept hitting the body with their axes and weapons, just chopping them up into pieces.
So yeah, back home, the town is getting ravaged by the wolves. I mean, they're typical day in the town. They're all sitting, doing their things, cooking, etc., etc.
Yeah, and that actually made it great just for the shock value alone. I mean, we had a couple of pretty interesting scenes. The entire second episode started off with this girl who was with her parents in their vehicle, her parents end up getting eaten, and she's just surviving on her own. You know, she's eating turtles. She's going around writing the letters JSS on everything, and you know, she's just on her own before she eventually stumbles upon Alexandria.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out to be Carl's friend, who, for better or worse, survived through some terrible things. Gets to the city and, you know, makes it there, and that's how they kind of framed the episode, or started off with, and then you see kind of a pretty normal day.
Yeah, you see son arguing with mom.
Yeah.
You see Eugene, Taran, and Denise, who is the new
doctor.
She's like the new doctor. She's pretty much taken over since Carter.
Carter.
Who is the doctor? Oh, the husband.
The husband. His name
Diana's
may or may
husband.
not have been. No, not Diana's husband. The crazy husband.
Carter.
No, Carter was the guy who tried to turn on them in that episode. The husband was the one who Rick kills at the end of season 5.
Who's the doctor?
He was the doctor.
The husband?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, the husband was the doctor. Well, anyway, Denise she's pretty much the doctor. She's really nervous about having such a big role, even though she doesn't really have like the proper credentials to be a doctor quite yet.
Well, she was a doctor, but she was a psychiatrist. She didn't really want to. She was very nervous. I guess she didn't want to be a surgeon.
Right.
So you see that. Carol's, leading the pack of women, kind of keeping them in.
They're having like chit chat about food.
Yeah.
Trying to maintain some sort of semblance to a normal life.
Right.
And then you actually have an interesting scene with the world's most hated man, Gabriel, and Carl. Well, where Gabriel walks up to Carl and tells him that that he's finally ready to be taught how to defend himself, basically. And that seems like it's going well. Carl has another interesting moment, kind of a parallel with Rick. He sees his would-be girlfriend with another guy, and there's just this long pause where Carl's just like, I'm about to be in there. And it reminds me of when Rick was like really looking at Carter's wife, like, I'm about to be in there.
Yeah.
Like father, like son.
You called him Carter again.
What? Is his name not Carter?
Carter. No.
Which one's Carter?
Carter was the dude who tried to turn on him.
Yeah,
in season
his
1.
wife was a blonde.
No.
In season 1?
In episode 1, sorry. Of this season.
Yeah, and that person's wife was the blonde-haired woman, right?
No.
Are you
that
sure?
person's wife, the blonde girl's husband was the dude that Rick shoots at the end of season 5.
No, that's Diana's husband.
No, Diana's husband is the one that he kills.
At the end of last episode.
No.
Of last season.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure Carter's wife is the blonde-haired person.
No, it's
the one
not.
that died last episode. Look this shit up. We have to know.
I'm almost fairly certain.
Dude, that was definitely the husband.
No, the husband got killed. The husband got killed in season 5. Confirmed.
For real?
Yeah, he was the one who Rick shoots in the head as soon as Morgan walks in.
No, that's Diana's husband.
No, Diana's the old lady.
Dude, that was Diana's husband that he shot at the end.
No, Diana's husband gets killed by that dude who gets shot at the end.
Oh, God. For real? All right,
Yeah.
fuck it. I'm just going to believe you because we're wasting time at this point.
Anyways.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of interesting parallels between Rick and Carl here. And then it just seems like a normal day is continuing. Carol's looking outside of her window and sees her friend smoking outside. Probably thinking, man, what a luxury to smoke. Maybe I should get a pack. And then suddenly, Molotov cocktails start flying out of nowhere, and some dude with an axe just straight up cuts off that girl's arm.
Yeah.
And then Carol's just like, it's back to this, huh? Carol says, oh, it's back to this. Let me go get my black Assassin's Creed hoodie. Let me go ahead and wrap myself in shawls. Let me draw a W on my face in blood, and I'm going to start murking bitches.
I just have to say, Carol, with every season, gets cooler and cooler.
I know.
And cooler.
And her hair doesn't grow at all.
No.
And no one cares because of how fantastic she is.
Because she, you know what? She sometimes takes the hard line, but she always does what needs to be done.
And what makes it even better is like a strong contrast between her and Morgan is that Morgan is trying not. Okay, well, first of all, Morgan ends up coming back to Alexandria, and when he's fighting the wolves, he tries just to knock them out without killing them. And then we have a scene with him and Gabriel are chaining up one of the wolves because Morgan refused to kill him. He just knocked him out. The guy comes to. He's talking to Gabriel and Morgan. And then right when they, pick him off the ground, Carol just comes and kills him. After
just shoots him right in the head.
Carol.
Just in cold blood.
Whew, if she ever gave a fuck, it was a long time ago.
I think she's over it. And she's brutal but effective.
Definitely effective. I mean, we have a lot of kind of wild, wild west moments where Morgan tries to initiate these like one-on-one fights with people, and they always seem to end with Carol just coming in and being like, no, we don't have time for this.
Yeah, and you have to remember Morgan has encountered the wolves in the past. In season 5, towards the end, he was, or middle, I don't remember when, he was attacked by them in a forest. He handled them.
He did.
And now they're back, and he even recognizes one of them, calls them out, tells them to leave.
And then he does.
And then they're scared of him.
That's because he has been practicing speechcraft, and he carries around the wooden stick of his voice, and it raises his power by +5. And he persuaded them.
Is he playing Skyrim?
He's playing Skyrim and or Oblivion or Morrowind.
I love Morrowind.
Create a character.
I love Morrowind.
Yeah, they upgraded the graphics to like HD level for PC, so it's basically like playing a new one.
It's still glitchy, but the glitches are endearing.
I wouldn't go that far, but anyways, Morgan is basically a combination of Samurai Jack, the Battousai from Rurouni Kenshin, and a Jedi all in one person at this point.
Yeah. But like you mentioned, interesting juxtaposition between him, who's not a pacifist, but he's also trying not to kill people. I think he's on this whole people shouldn't be killing people thing.
Yeah. Which is crazy because just like a couple seasons ago, he was like freaking Jigsaw from the Saw series. He like set up the whole neighborhood.
But those are to stop the zombies.
Also true. But he's changed. He's a little different.
Yeah. And Carol's just straight up killing people.
Yeah.
Anyways, they go through. They lead a pretty. I mean, they defend it for the most part.
They do. I mean,
they lose a lot of people, and these people, the wolves are brutal. I mean, they're just chopping up bodies for what? I don't know.
There seemed to be no rhyme or reason to their killing, which is surprising because, near the end, we find out that Aaron has killed a wolf who has a backpack. He looks into the backpack and finds that there are developed photos of Alexandria. So this is a planned attack.
Yeah, they were scouting it for a while.
They were scouting it beforehand. But as they were killing them, they would have already killed members of Alexandria, but just kept hacking at the bodies. I was wondering what the purpose of that was.
They didn't really explain it. They were also they were trying to chain them up as well,
right?
And trying to capture them, which was interesting. So I don't know what the whole deal with that was, but they're crazy.
They're crazy. It made for one of the more exciting action set pieces in the series in general.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it was just so sudden.
It was, and that's what caught us off guard because we were like, okay, it's a normal day.
I thought it was gonna, the whole episode was just gonna go through the day as leading up to the horn and basically mirroring what was going on outside of the wall with them leading the things out to this. But no, they just went straight into it, which was fine with me.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It was good. There are some tiny things that I liked that probably no one else liked, but near the beginning of the attack, we saw one guy get set on fire, and they keep showing him gradually until the end. And at the very, very end of the episode, you see that he's like that piece of chicken that falls to the bottom of the grill and gets all messed up. That's pretty much what this guy looks like. Just a small thing that no one else cares about, but I do.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know, so the whole episode still leaves this open. At the end of episode 1, the entire zombie army was marching towards Alexandria.
True.
Where the hell are they?
Maybe they took a break. Snack break. Just got the picnic tables and just set up and
ate some people.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't that far. I mean, it took Morgan pretty quick. I mean, he was pretty quick to get back.
He used the Force though to accelerate his movements.
I mean, the army has to be there somewhere close because.
Yeah. Were there any walkers this episode? Besides the flashback with the girl?
No, there weren't.
Oh, can we talk about how the girl was just abnormally calm about everything?
Yeah, she was a little too calm.
Yeah, she had negotiated some sort of arrangement with the wolves or something.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but she she was, yeah, and then she bounced at the end.
Yeah, then she bounced.
She just left.
So I wonder if she's going to end up coming back. I mean, there's definitely a reason why they focused on her so much at the beginning. So it would be kind of a waste if they never brought her back. I just don't know I can't even predict as to what capacity they would bring her back and why. Like, what are they trying to tell us?
I don't know. I think she's gone. What was her name? Enid. That was her name. Enid. Yeah, I think she just bounced.
And that's just it?
Looks like it.
Okay, well.
Yeah, so I think
for Carl.
I mean, I think the next episode is going to involve a lot of them trying to get the zombies away. I don't know.
I guess, man. I'm done with like them just fighting walkers all the time. It was the like interpersonal human conflict that was way more interesting.
I agree. I think the wolves are going to play into this season a lot now that they've raided it. They know that they're sophisticated enough to be recon.
Yeah.
Them.
I still need to know more. Like, I want to know who the leader is. Like, I felt that the Terminus season was really strong because they had Andrew J. West as the villain, and he played him so well because he just seemed like a typical. He's like a
normal guy,
like conniving, cunning guy. But then it's just like, oh, he eats people.
Then he went full Bob's Burgers on us, and
he did. Tainted meat.
Yeah, I mean, I think when Rick gets back, sees what the hell just happened, he's gonna go ham on them.
That's what Rick does.
It's time to go hunt these people down.
Rick has like become Shane, who's like not as crazy, and still retains his wits.
Shane with some reason, I guess.
I love Shane. I was sad to see him go.
That was all Lori's fault.
Yeah.
Lori basically.
Lori is to blame for most problems in the show, to be honest.
Even now. She's probably somehow caused the wolves to happen.
She probably she somehow caused the horn too, even though we know she didn't.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's enough to be said.
Yeah, I think that's about enough. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. Like when Walking Dead first came out, I was just like, I'm okay. But
I loved the first season. I loved the farm season. People always give me crap for this. But...
I love Shane in that season. Mm-hmm. Also, I think we can't talk about the first episode of this season without bringing attention to the greatest line that Morgan has ever spoken, which was like, when you were at my house, did you eat my last peanut butter protein bar? Brilliant. Brilliant, Morgan.
Yeah. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. If you guys want to follow us on Twitter, the handle... The handle is @KTR Podcast. We are also on Facebook and SoundCloud as well as YouTube. So follow us, subscribe, and hopefully we'll be releasing these quicker. So check us out on our next review, which will be probably some either Arrow, Flash, or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or maybe even Gotham. So stay tuned, and we'll get back to you guys shortly.
Yep, catch you guys later.